I'm not nobody's victim. I got some issues and I am trying to get my life together. I am at the police station right now, to give a statement, to turn myself. I am a man and I face whatever I have to face as that man. I'm not playing no games. This, this police station is closed, but I'm gonna find another one because I honor those who love me, man, and I love people who stop playing with me, man.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Nique, and you're tuned in to Nique at Night. And tonight we're going to be talking about a very popular pastor in Indiana who confessed to doing wrong on video. Now, on the video, he didn't say exactly what he did, but he definitely admitted guilt to messing with somebody who apparently was underage and their parents going after him about it, and him saying that he was going to turn himself in. Now, we are going to watch the video, and then I'm going to give you what I was able to uncover about it all. I'm going to give you a snippet of him being a wolf in sheep's clothing, and then I'm going to show you this confession video.
I'm going to do this for First Lady. Is that all right? Keychains. Hey. YPA, I think I'm going to dance out my clothes. It's all right. It's not going to work. Pull your mask down if you're by yourself. Say this with me. Say, I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm going to get my blessing right now. Church looks more like the world, and then the world don't look like the church. The world don't want to come to the church and I'm not talking about long skirts and tennis shoes with high socks. I'm not talking about no perms. You need that perm, baby. I'm not talking about no makeup. No, I'm talking about fighting inside of the church like they do outside of the church. I'm talking about backbiting inside of the church like they do outside of the church. I'm talking about not speaking and not liking, and you got your clique and I got my clique inside of the church. God says, with that church, I'm not pleased.
Now, enough of this babble. Let's hop on into this confession. Here we go. Let's jump right on in, okay? But while we jumping on in, I'm going to need you to open up a separate tab that has my website on it, niqueatnight.com, so that you can shop some goodies once the video is over and support your girl, okay? Anyway, so let's jump into the video. So this is the pastor. The pastor's name is Eli Johnson. He has been a pastor for 9 years. And here we go.
I've been trying to figure out when was the best time, and it's Sunday morning. Of course, I found out I was trending yesterday, so I wanted to come on here so you could hear me. And this will be my last time getting on here, but I definitely wanted to get on here so you could hear from me. You don't have to hear about me. I've never been that type of person, but I do want to share me real quick. Here's one thing I know beyond a shadow of a doubt is that I've always tried to love people the right way. I have. Even starting the church, my goal was to lead people to Christ, and then the other thing was to help people grow. That was my intention. It's always been my intention. Somewhere along the way, they got messed up, and I need you to know this, and I need you because some of you are sending me messages, and you're sending messages through my wife, and while on other terms, I would appreciate that. Listen to me. I am not a victim. I'm not nobody's victim. I got some issues, and I am trying to get my life together, man. I want y'all to hear me. I'm not nobody's victim. I'm a parent. I love my kids, and y'all trust me.
It's the
and
fake crime for
fair
me.
to you. If you trust me with anything or anyone, I have to make sure that I uphold what you trust me to do, and that's it. If somebody says something slick to my child, did something slick to my child, I'll be the first one riding out on them. And I need you to hear that from me. I am a parent, and I'm telling you right now that there is something that
He got
has
a crying
to change
voice with no tears.
Eli, man, not pastoring, not for clout, none of that shit. Like, that's not me. Like, I I remember when my son was young, and he'll tell you that we had a bunch of people spend the night at the house, and
he wiping his eyes, but nothing is there.
Like,
let me bring it back so y'all can hear what he say.
That there is something that has to change within Eli, man. Not pastoring, not for clout, none of that shit. Like, that's not me. Like, I remember when my son was young, and he'll tell you that we had a bunch of people spend the night at the house, and I had a bunch of people spend the night at our house, and one of the girls said that he touched her in the middle of the night. That morning, I called the police because I wanted to make sure that I was walking in integrity. My daughter has been sexually abused, and I took her to the police station to file a report because she said that she was abused. My son said that he was molested, and I went to the police station to file a report to make sure that I did the things the right way. Listen to me. I want you to hear me. I am at the police station right now, to give a statement, to turn myself.
It's the him wiping his eyes and there's nothing there. Like, he's wiping his eyes as if he's crying and there's no tears there. Like,
you to hear me. I am at the police station right now, to give a statement, to turn myself. That love me, but I am not nobody's victim. And please, I'm begging you, don't send me no message. Don't do none of that, man. I have to be held accountable for everything I do, whether I have a title or not. As a man, that is my job, is to be held accountable. So I'm telling you, man, I know that y'all was saying my name and blasting me on social media, man. And people I have done the most shit for, like, it's just going in on me, and you ain't heard me say a word, man. But I'm telling you right now that I am a man, and I face whatever I have to face as that, man. I'm not playing no games. Like, this police station is closed, but I'm gonna find another one because I honor those who love me, man, and I love people who stop playing with me, man. You know, so I'm not here for sympathy, and I know social media is messy, but I try to go live on the People's Church app or whatever. But I know people messy, man. But for me, I just need you to hear me that I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. I am not nobody's victim. And I'm not. I've tried to be honorable. I tried to do the right things. I try to live right. I promise you I do. But I am not a victim. So don't do that. Don't make it about me. You don't have to choose sides, man. I'm wrong. You don't have to choose sides, man. I am wrong. You don't have to choose sides, man. I am wrong. Please don't do that to my other family, man. I love them. Don't do that, man. I am not a victim. Do you hear me, man? I am trying to find out who I am, and I don't want to hurt people in the process. And if I hurt you, if I hurt anybody in the 9 years that I've been pastor, man, I'm sorry with all of my heart. In the 9 years that I've been trying to do right, I'm sorry with all of my heart. That's all I wanted to say. That's all I have.
I'm not as concerned as to what they said about me. What I am concerned at, how you stood up for me when they said that about me. You ain't gonna say nothing. And at this point in my life, I don't care what they say. All I care is the people that I care about, what you said to defend me. I don't care what you say. Well, Pastor, it wasn't my place. Well, you not my friend, because I know that I will stand up for you if they said something about you. And guess what? I need friends attached to me who will be an advocate for me. That is, speak my name in the room when I'm not in the room. And then the people in the room not to say my name because you in the room.
Okay, so that was his confession. He said that he was wrong. He started getting blasted by people who was in his church that start putting him on blast. And people were like, okay, what exactly did he do? Now, this was reposted on another person's thread. They quickly took this down off of the church's page. And one of the members was able to catch it, or somebody was able to catch it before they took it down off of the church's page. So they took it down. Another person reposted it. And when they reposted it, since he didn't specifically say what exactly he did and what he was trying to turn himself in for, a lot of people, including myself, was trying to figure out exactly what happened. Like, what are you crying about? Like, what did you do? What are you guilty of? Like, if you're going to come here and you're going to say, I'm guilty, I'm wrong, what are you guilty of? What are people accusing you of? What did you do? And so I always take it straight to the comments, you know, because in the comments, there was a lot of people who was in the church that were church members, a lot of people who had firsthand experience with him, and a lot of people down in the comment section. So I'm scrolling. I'm like, okay, what is the actual allegation that he did, which appears that he looks like he's guilty of, because what innocent man is going to turn himself in? So I came across one chick who said that he had got a 15-year-old girl pregnant. So she was down in the comments and she was saying that, you know, because somebody was like, so what happened? Like, what did he do? And so the girl had commented and she said that he had got a 15-year-old girl pregnant. And so the person who posted the video, the actual person who posted the screen record, they were like, you know, I heard that he messed with a 15-year-old girl, but they denied that he got somebody pregnant. Like, I don't think he got her pregnant, but they did say that the girl was 15 and that he was messing with a 15-year-old girl. So the girl then kind of like says, no, like I heard firsthand from the mom. The mom blasted him and said, I'm just going off the top of my dome or whatever, but I'll show you guys the screenshots here somewhere. But the girl was like, I seen firsthand information from the mom. So me being, you know, a person who's trying to get an actual source,
because in the video he didn't say what he did. You can tell that he was saying that he was guilty of messing with somebody underage, but he didn't say if he messed with a boy, if he messed with a girl, if they were 10, if they were 5, if they were like 15, 16. Like, he didn't say specifically, you know, what it was. And a lot of people under the comments, like literally out of 600 comments, there was freaking like 300 comments asking, what did he do? 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 So me, if one person says he got a 15-year-old pregnant, another person who's the actual person who posted the video says that he messed with an underage girl, but he didn't get the girl pregnant, then that leads me as doing my due diligence to try to find the actual source of the information. If there's a pastor messing with underage girls, it's important that that pastor be blasted, and it's important that that pastor, exactly what he did, needs to be put out on the forefront, in my opinion.
Because I'm like, dang, he dead ass wrong. He needs to be put on blast. If he is a pillar of the community and he's impregnating his church members' children, that's a problem. Like, but I want to know the accurate details of what he's actually done. And if I can get a source, I would prefer to get the information firsthand from the actual source, which would be the mama, the mother of the child. And if she's putting him on blast, I want to know exactly what she's saying, like, because we need to get it out there, you know? So the girl who is writing that, you know, saying like, I heard from the mama said, whoopty, whoop, and da-da-da-da. So I'm like, okay, well, let me inbox her and, you know, try to figure out what exactly did the mom say. So I wrote her and I'm like, you know, hey, I'm a blogger. I'm trying to follow up on leads to the story. I'm trying to get information on the guy who messed with the underage girl. I want to know what the mom said. Now I'm paraphrasing, but I will put the actual screenshot here. So I'm like, I want to know what the mom said. I'm not looking to contact the child. I want to know what the mom said, what the adult said. What did she say he did to her baby? You know? So the person then replies to me and was like, you're sick for trying to contact a child. And I'm like, I'm not trying to contact a child. Like, you sitting here popping off under the comments saying you heard from the mama. So I'm trying to see what the mom said. Like, how am I sick for trying to find out accurate facts of the story. Like, I'm trying to accurately report it. And if there's an actual source and the mom verbatim said something out her mouth, like, I would prefer to go with the source's words. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to contact the mama, but if she posted something, I'd rather be able to relay an accurate story. So, yeah, so like the girl was just weird. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, and then she commented back to me after. I'm like, first of all, I'm just trying to get accurate accounts of the story. Like, you're under a public forum. Like, this page that had reposted the video, they had like over 600 or so comments on a public post blasting the pastor. You're under the comments publicly saying what the info is and saying that it's a 15-year-old, saying that she's pregnant. You're publicly giving out this information. So I'm just saying, okay, where's the source of your information that you're relaying? You know? So then this heifer gonna reply to me and say, obviously, I didn't say to mom for a reason. It's private, blah, 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 or something. I'm paraphrasing again. Again, the actual thing that she said is here. But I'm just like, okay, well, if it's private and if it's not to be spoke on, then why are you publicly yapping your goddamn mouth about it? Like, the mom posted about it on her page, but it's private information, but you're publicly stating what the private information is. Anyways, I say all that to say, allegedly, the accusation was he messed with a 15-year-old girl, and allegedly he got her pregnant. I wasn't able to get the actual source, but, you know, I just like to give y'all the story as much as I can.
And other than this woman, there was tons and tons and tons of other people who said that they went to the church and that it was a 15-year-old girl. And there was a lot of other people who commented about the girl being 15 years old. So I'm just going to read through the comments and bring you guys up to speed on the tea that was down in the comment section. Okay, so under this post in particular, this is where most of the people knew him firsthand, and it was a lot of firsthand experiences that people were speaking on. And this woman says,
man, this ain't no shocker about this nigga. That nigga was doing it to all the girls at Northwest back in 2008 to 2009 and 2010, and the wife knew too, just like everybody else did. But the nigga y'all praise, I'm cool on church if niggas like him can preach. So people in the comments was like, okay, well, if y'all knew that he was doing this, like, why was y'all allowing him to do this? Like, why wasn't he put on blast back then? I'm going to read to you guys some of the other stuff that people said. There was several people who, like I said, knew him firsthand, and they were giving accounts of their interactions with him. They were talking about how, I guess at one point, he worked at a school. And from what I read, he used to be like an officer of a school. And because somebody had made a comment and it was like, you know, the girls had already been effing. Those girls that were at that school, they were pregnant. He used to be picking them up after school and just all kind of stuff people were saying under the thread. So I'm going to read some of the stuff that was said because y'all know the tea be in the comments. So somebody said, so the whole time a lot of y'all knew and ain't say shit, y'all same as bro. And then someone else commented, it was like, if anything, blame the school. They hired his sick ass. At the time, we was kids, and he was an officer with authority. They hired somebody to protect us. Whole time he preying on kids. Some went and some didn't. Most of the girls that went was fucking already pregnant before they graduated high school. So this girl said, like, he was the officer of the school. You know how they have the on-campus officers? So I'm assuming that's what he was. Another person says, y'all for real, because don't let him have got you in the hallway by yourself. He was on you like flies on shit. Stop playing crazy. And another person said, facts. Definitely used to be on some pervert-ish. Another person says, and they taking up for his ass because he probably got in they draws too. And then another person says, oh my life, Ben, he recently was messing with a 15-year-old girl. 15, the F. Ain't no making sense out of that ish. MFers is just as sick. Or whatever. And then another person says, like, what about him? Like, what did he do? And then somebody was like, B, read the comments. Like, he effing on a 15-year-old and more young girls and paying them to keep quiet. Another person says, his ass been a creep from school, sick ass. And then another person, he definitely made plenty of passes at many of girls knowingly. And then another girl said, remember he beat me up for no reason? I was like, beat you up? Like, why the hell he beat the girl up? So the girl said, remember she tags one of her friends and says, remember he beat me up for no reason? And then a girl put like a looking down emoji. And then she said, this is really effing sad. And then another girl says, I witnessed him throw my son friend down Washington High School steps head first. And then the girl said, my spine isn't straight anymore because of him. And I'm just like, what in the world? And then this person says, yes, and when you told me, what did I do? And then what happened? He apologized because he thought I was really lying about being in after school activities. So another person was asking what he did, and then this person was saying, he was sexing on a 15-year-old girl. And then this person says, picking up girls from high school while married did it for me. Another person says, he even had a baby on his wife. He's trash. And then it says, let's see. And then other people was asking what he did, and they're sitting there telling him that he was, I guess messing with underage girls. This person says, that man sat on Facebook Live crying, saying he was turning himself in. So for the people taking up for him, trying to make this BS make sense, why would he do that if he ain't did ish? Help me understand, because him and who his son said molested him are sick as F. Now, people started to post up what his son said, because as you guys remember in the live, he said that his son was molested as well.
I remember when my son was young, and he'll tell you that we had a bunch of people spend the night at the house, and I had a bunch of people spend the night at our house, and one of the girls said that he touched her in the middle of the night. That morning, I called the police because I wanted to make sure that I was walking in integrity. My daughter has been sexually abused, and I took her to the police station to file a report because she said that she was abused. My son said that he was molested, and I went to the police station to file a report to make sure that I did the things the right way.
And then people was like, wait, your son was molested, your daughter was molested, and now you saying that you did something inappropriate with somebody underage and that their parent is coming after you. They were like, wait, what? So then they started to reminisce on a time where his son talked about himself, being molested and speaking up about it. So his son had put up a post back in July and said,
R and M word of our youth has become far too prevalent and has gone on in our communities for far too long. Start calling out and holding people near you accountable, whether that be uncles, brothers, aunts, members of the church, co-workers, anybody. Just because it has been a generational curse for the likes of you or I doesn't mean it should be the same for our sons, daughters alike. Hold your people accountable and protect our youth. In faith, I am in the stages of starting a program through the Delta Iota chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi to start providing a space of conversation as well as healing for blank assault survivors. We will no longer stand in the shadows of suffering while our abusers live freely and unfazed. We will no longer be victims, but survivors and beacons of life for our community and our future. So then a couple days after this post where he was saying, hold the people accountable and do all of that, he decided to out his person who he felt like violated him. And this is what he said.
I feel like the only peace I can find and help others find is by sharing my own story. I am such a huge advocate for survivors because I am a survivor myself. Many people have told me not to tell my story, and my abuser has convinced herself and others that my story arose from jealousy of her current lifestyle. I'm here to say there is power in telling your story, and there is a need to not be a desire for attention or pity, but to bring attention to who you let around you and your family. After years of taking accountability for a situation I had no control over and struggling to pull myself out of the dark days that situation put me through, I can finally say I am reclaiming my life and my story. Watson no longer has her actions hidden in the darkness and will have to deal with the same humiliation I dealt with for years at her hands. She will no longer use manipulation and words to convince everyone to overlook her actions. She will no longer have power over me. Thank you for all the continuous support.
Okay, and again, that was the son who he was referencing in his video where he was saying, my son had something happen to him, my daughter had something happen to her, da-da-da. That was the son speaking out about it, but there was a lot of people in the comments who was like, okay, well, this is strange that something happened to his son and his daughter. Like, you know, usually in these situations, it'll be like one person in the family that it happens to, like in a household, not in the family as a whole, but like in that particular household. So they were like, dang, the son, the daughter, now you with an underage. So people was like raising the eyebrow, like, what's really going on? There has been a lot of people in the church who, you know, since yesterday and today, they have been like very disappointed. They like, oh, my faith is shaken. It's like so many posts. I don't feel like posting everything that everybody said, but it was a lot of gossip and tea in the comments and a lot of gossip and tea on the people who had firsthand accounts and knew him, me clicking on their pages and them stance. That was just like, oh, this is a lot. But hopefully he gets dealt with and hopefully the mom presses charges on him because, you know, he's sitting there appealing to the youth and acting like he's there for them, but then violating their children, you know? So do what you got to do.
So that's that on that story. If you guys are in Indiana, beware of Pastor Eli Johnson. Hide your kids, hide your wives, because it's hella inappropriate shit going on. He claimed that he was turning himself in, but conveniently drove to a police station that was closed. So it's like, did he really turn himself in? I really don't know. So in the meantime, hide your kids, hide your wives, because it's dangerous out here at the church. All right, guys, that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all know I'll be having to sometimes tell y'all my research process to get y'all the stories, because y'all may be somebody who went to the church, know somebody at the church, and y'all need to know who to stay away from and who to hide your kids, hide your wives from at that. And Pastor Eli is one of them people that you need to steer clear away from. He also resigned from his position at the church. I was also reading in the comments that he resigned from his position at the church and no longer is going to be preaching there, which is good, but you still need to be clear and steer clear away from him. Also, yeah, if you have not hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. If you have not hit the like button, hit the like button, and make sure to share my video. That helps me out a lot.